What is going on, everyone? It is episode 4 of DriveWaze podcast. I'm Ben.
I am Javi.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Derek.
And yeah, episode 4. So far it's been going well. We've been getting a lot of good responses. I think this is good because it like not only connects us, but I feel like we've been getting a lot of responses from like people we haven't talked to in a while. Right?
Yeah, it's been cool.
Mm-hmm. Like you got a good text from.
Heard from Steven.
Yeah, shout out Steven.
Very close friend since childhood, but haven't been able to talk to him much. And he said he's been watching the podcast and then he likes it. So it was really cool to hear.
Yeah. And I feel like I've gotten a lot of DMs. There's been a lot of like people that have followed us that we haven't really talked to in a while, but it's kind of good because like kind of connects us and sees what's up in our lives, especially after college and everything, right? I feel like a lot of us, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of us like got really close like after college or during college, like not really during high school.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct to say that? What do you guys think?
It's true.
The people at the table?
Yes,
Not
people
the-
at the table or in like...
In like
Our friend groups?
Our friend groups, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just like with just knowing someone longer, you're going to obviously get closer to them. So yeah, I feel like so. Yeah.
I mean, I will say 100%. I am much more closer to you guys than I was in high school.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I don't even know if I talked to you that much.
Yeah, but
in high school.
honestly, I don't think I really knew you until well, I don't even know. Recently,
Yeah.
I mean, the people at
but I
this
feel
table.
like I've known you. Yeah.
I've known all of you
Yeah.
since I was like a child.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, that kind of moves us to our first question. So, shout out Dom Huerta for the first question.
The goat.
Yeah, exactly. So he asked like a really good one. I think it's a good topic to talk about. But what are some ways to maintain old friendships in adulthood when time or distance may cause us to spend less time with our friends compared to before? So, what do you guys think? Like, what are some ways to maintain those old friendships?
Well, I think the best way to do that is just to be the initiator. Cause like, I feel like with like, for example, Derek or like Sai, one of our good friends, who went to Berkeley, or even Jazz, like whenever they came down to San Diego, I'd literally always like hit them up like, hey, let's hang out. Let's do something. And like, I didn't care if it was like embarrassing that like, I literally would always hit him up. Like I did not care. I would just hit him up anyways. Cause like, I was like an old friend of mine when like a while back, he told me like some good advice where it's just like, you should always just like not feel afraid to like just initiate hangouts with someone. Cause like, just imagine how like you feel when someone asks you to hang out. You feel like, oh wow, like that's nice. They want to hang out with me. That's cool. So like you doing that to someone else, like you're not bothering them. If you think you're bothering them, like literally you're just making their day probably to ask them to hang out. Unless they like actually hate you, then probably. But like most of the time, like it's probably someone you're chill with. So I would say just being an initiator, just like don't be afraid. Just ask people to hang out. Just send it. And like that's why I'm still close to Derek, still close to like Jazz, still close to side people that like live far away from us, but now they're back and everything. So,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't be close. I mean, we can't be not close.
Oh yeah.
We're stuck with blood.
Yeah.
Ben and Joe are cousins, by the way.
So even if I wanted to avoid Ben, like I literally can't. That's what he's trying to say.
But yeah, being someone who was one of the people who went away for college, it meant a lot whenever you guys would stay in touch with me and hit me up. And yeah, it does take a lot of effort
Yeah.
to keep up with like extended friendships or like friendships when there's a long distance and stuff. But I think like we put in the effort when we really want to, and like I don't know, sometimes we make mistakes. Like there's definitely like sometimes like I won't put enough effort into some of my long distance friendships, or like just hitting people up and texting just because I get busy or stressed, or like you forget to send that response and then 2 days later you're like, oh shit. And so like it takes effort, but like it's worth it to hold on to like these friendships. They mean something to you. And yeah, so I'd say never like feel embarrassed to reach out, because I don't think the other side will receive it that way, unless if they do, that's on them. That's weird. Like
It's kind of scary because like if you don't talk to them in a while, you're probably thinking like, oh, what do they think? Like, do they even like me still? Like, will it feel the same? I think every time I have like reconnected with the old friendship or something, like all the nostalgia comes back and it just feels like you weren't away for so long. Like I met up with someone I knew from high school this past weekend, and it felt like when we had our conversation, it just felt like normal again. And then there's like friends that are coming like back in town that I want to hang out with, and I know that like when I hang out with them, it's gonna feel the same. So like that fear of like what are they gonna think is usually not really true at all. What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely aligning with you guys. You know, it takes effort, you know, to on your part to want to make something last, especially when it comes to friendships. You know, but you also have to ask yourself, like, you know, is it like worth your time? You know, like, is this friend actually valuable to you? So like that's something I always ask myself. So like when it comes to you guys at this table, you know, or like Jazz, even though he's over there, you know, or like Naurice, you know, I'm probably like, I'm not the best texter, you know, I'll admit to that, but you know, just the idea of me trying to make the effort to hang out and stuff like that, you know, it's because I care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, I feel like Joe, you're like Joe's a big connector in our friend group. Like,
Yeah.
Like part of the reason why we hang out with as many people as we do is because of Joe. Like we had like in high school, we're all in like these little different pods, and like
Joe basically decided to like merge all the pods just to make it easier.
Joe stopped. Joe didn't want to hang out with like go back and forth anymore. So he's like, you guys just hang out with each other.
Yeah, my logic with that was just like, I mean, like I think the more the merrier, and like it's never like awkward, just like being able to talk to someone you don't really talk to, because like eventually it's just like small talk and then you get closer and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So like for example, like we with like one friend group we had, I'd be like, hey, you guys just want to go to Derek's house? And like probably half of them like never talked to Derek in high school, and they're just like, yeah, I guess. And then so we just like go to Derek's house and just like hang out. I just think it's like good to invite people, just like even if you don't talk to them much, because it just kind of brings variety. Because like when you hang out with the same people, like it's fun and it's nice and everything, but if you bring someone new, it's just kind of like, oh, they bring something new to the table, they bring something new to the conversation, and they got different personality, and it's just like more fun that way. And then that way, like, I mean, like, yeah, just like if I think like, oh, this person could be cool to hang out with, like if we went to here, I'm gonna hit them up and invite them, and like worst case they say no. So that's just kind of my mentality. It just makes everything more fun if you just like invite as many people as you can, just like that. I think it's more fun. Makes our hangouts more fun.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. You know, there's nothing wrong with expanding the circle. You know, it doesn't even have to be just friends. You know, it's good to apply that in the real world. You know, career wise.
Yeah, I mean, it could literally be anything. It's like,
yeah,
hey, you want to play basketball? Like for us, like basketball connected us. Like and sports connected like our friends, because we were just like, hey, we need people. Let's hit up as many people as we can, and we just hang out like all the time, and we start to get to know each other, like friends that you've never talked to before. Start to connect with them, or you can like what are some other things that you could ask them to do to.
I feel like video games also does that, like multiplayer games, Warzone and stuff like that. Like you need a fourth or a fifth to play a game, and you're like anybody, someone knows someone, and so they invite them, and you start gaming together, shooting the shit, making fun of each other, and then stuff like that ends up making friendships.
You know what's funny is like I feel like a lot of my friends that I've met are through video games.
Yeah.
It's just weird because it's just so easy. You know, I find it easier to bond over something that you guys like.
Yeah, because instead of just like a meetup and you're just sitting on the couch,
you
have something to talk about. Like it's like a activity date. Like you're doing an activity and being on a team together. So it's like you have instant shit to talk about. But then obviously when we're playing games, we also talk about the most random stuff as well. So it's like I feel like it's a good bonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a good tip for that is like what my theory is that like if you really want to build a good friendship fast, it's not just about like maybe it's not like hanging out with them once for like 5 hours straight, but if you hang out with them for like 30 minutes 5 days in a row, it feels like it hits different, and it feels like you've known them longer than than like just spending one day with them.
I think there is a thing to like figuring out which relationships like need what. Like, I think there's some friendships where like you could be long distance and like you just text a little bit every day and you're gonna like retain like a closeness. But like some people, it's like the texting couldn't matter to them, and it's like you need to go do a meetup or an activity like once a month, or like see them few times during the week. Like, I feel like different relationships kind of need different things to kind of retain themselves, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's true. That's like facts, because like there's definitely people like that you literally only see in person, you text every now and then, and you're still close to them, versus like people you never see, and then like once you do see them, you're like close and everything, and all you do is just like text them, whether it be proximity wise or whether it be just that's just like the relationship you have. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's the cool thing about different friendships, because you just got like the way you communicate with everyone is like different, like what relationship you have with them. So
They offer different things, you know, every person.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I was gonna say with like me and JJ, we literally got close again, because me and JJ were like best friends, like preschool and like kindergarten, like butt buddies.
Butt buddies,
yeah. And then we stopped like kind of talking. We're still like friends, but like we didn't like, talk that much. Yeah. And then we got closer again because of Warzone. Literally, like, we started playing Warzone together, and then we got closer.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's what I think is interesting, because like we hadn't like, probably if the pandemic never happened, I would never played Warzone. I'm not a gamer at all, so like I literally only played Warzone because of the pandemic. And then like that's how like JJ and I got close, because he played Warzone with us. So I think that's really interesting. Just like that's how it happened. Like,
lucky, really, because honestly, I was having this conversation with my parents earlier today, because they're talking about, you know, friends they've known since younger. Because I brought up that the question that we were gonna have, and they're like, "Oh, like, you know, that's so interesting, you know." And then I brought up Joe. I was like, "Yeah, no, preschool."
Oh, they remember Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember the day I first met Joe.
I don't remember the first day I met JJ, but my parents do remember JJ. So like if I say like JJ, because JJ and I were literal like butt buddies, like we were very close. I don't know what happened, but yeah. I mean, I don't know what you remember how
Joe
we met.
Joe was just crying.
Oh, I cried a lot. Yeah.
First day. I don't know.
I did cry a lot. My mom was literally talking about it with Sabrina and I recently, how like I literally cried like all the time. Like I was the worst. And I remember too, like when it got into like 6th grade, that's when I kind of stopped the crying. Like, I don't know, like something just flipped in my head. I was just like, I need to stop doing this. Like, I just cry way too much. Like, I remember like when I took piano lessons too, me and my had the same piano. I would like, whenever she got like kind of mad or frustrated, I would start crying. I like during the piano lesson. So it was just like, I literally cried so much. Like, it was so bad. That's just kind of like one of the things that happened when I was like a child. Like, I just cried a lot.
Yeah. It's just crazy, you know. Goes for everyone. You know, you're gonna meet a friend that you know for a long time, and to kind of like maintain that, you know, over the years is just, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. Like me and Derek have known each other since we were like 2 or something like that. This picture is because we live next to each other, and like kind of growing up, we'd always hang out. Like I would always come to his house. We'd play Legos. We'd play Magic the Gathering. We'd play like sports outside. Play hide and seek in the neighborhood. Yeah. Let's get Asa feature.
Little cameo.
Yeah. But we play. I play all the time. I never went to school with Derek until like high school. So I think like high school, we definitely got a lot closer, because then in high school, like Derek would always give me a ride to school as well. He'd be like my ride, literal ride or die. But then we got closer in high school, and like Derek was the reason that I did a lot of things. He was the reason I did band. He was the reason I did volleyball. He was the reason I got to school on time. But I think like during
on him a lot.
Yeah, I know. But like I think during college though, that was when like we definitely grew a little more distant, because he went to UCLA and we were like just physically apart. But then like just life circumstances happened. We never got to like talk to each other as much until like he came back home from the pandemic. And I think that's when we got like a lot closer as well. So then I just like started hanging out with Derek a lot more again. So I think like definitely the distance kind of hurts, especially like when you go to college and you you go to like, you're just like miles away from each other. But I think it's so important to keep that relationship close. If there's ever a time when you guys get to hang out, it's like, make sure you take advantage of that time. I remember whenever Derek came back, it's always like, all right, we got to play basketball. Derek's back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like it's possible. Like when people are like, "Oh, we just grew apart because of distance," I'm like, well, if they're back, they visit, especially during the pandemic when people are back at home. Like, it's possible to make it work. Like,
yeah.
I don't think any relationship is like doomed to fail because of distance or whatever. Because there's nowadays with technology, you can text, you can FaceTime, you can fly there, you can drive somewhere, you can meet up with someone. Like,
exactly.
There's not one friendship in my life right now that I was like, dang, like it was because of something else, like distance. Like if I wanted friendship to work, it'd work. So like, I don't think people should blame other stuff. Like you can make it work. It's just the effort. It's just the effort.
Yeah, being proactive.
Yeah, shooting a text out to hang out, whether or not like, even if like it doesn't end up going through, it's just like the effort of doing that. Like it's appreciated, and then like you remember that for the next time. And like, there's plenty of stuff like you can do to like make a friendship work. So it's just effort and just reaching out. Just don't be afraid. So like just to answer that question, it's just like put in the effort, initiate a hangout, initiate a conversation, and like it'll work. If it's meant, then if the other person's reciprocating, then it's gonna happen.
Yeah, totally.
If the friendship is real, make the effort.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll be reciprocated no matter what. Yeah,
you got to be like open to new friendships too. I think part of like the reason why our friend group grew in college because we're like open to meeting new friends. I feel like after high school, it becomes really hard to, or maybe even after college too, it becomes really hard to make new friends.
People. Yeah,
because your friend, like as you grow up, your friend group starts to become smaller, but also closer too. But if you don't have a lot of friends, it's like you got to be open to meeting new people as well.
More selective.
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely very antisocial at UCSD because like I didn't dorm there, and like dude, the driving, parking and stuff was so bad. I always had to take like a bus or take like a drive there and take like a what is it called, like the bus that gets to the school and off campus. Like it was so bad that like I just felt like, dude, I don't want to join clubs because then I have to like figure out the park, like driving situation and everything, pay for it. It was just really bad. Or I just feel like I'm kind of like social within the people I know.
Yeah,
but, like
yeah.
meeting new people, I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
So you're not the type to just walk up and like talk to people?
No, not really. It depends on
if
they seem like a chill person and like really vibe with them, then like sure. But for the most part, like if I get like bad vibes with them, I was like, it's not worth it. Like or like at work, like for example, like my first job I had, like I was just like working with like 4 or 5 other people. A few of them were my age, and then the other ones like way older. But like the stuff they talked about was just like not what I talked about. So like I did not vibe with them. But then the job I'm at now, like the people I came into the class with, they were my age. We vibed well. We like joked the same stuff, and so like I actually became friends with some people. So it just kind of like, I think I had to like see, like I had to like vibe check you first, and then I'll easily just like do the conversation. But overall, like I'm gonna be honest, like I've had kind of like the same friends since like especially like middle school or when I'm younger till now, and like maybe in college I was a little embarrassed of that, but now I really don't care because that's just who I see now. Like, I mean, we're just working now and just like doing that. So like, it really doesn't matter now. So
are you JD, are you the type to just like walk up to people and meet them? I feel like Naurice, if you're watching this, like, I feel like Naurice is the type of person just to walk up to people and just talk to them. I don't think I could ever do that.
I think I'm more so like the person where like, I don't know if I'll necessarily go up and talk to you, but I could talk to you. I had no problem like talking to anyone.
But you don't want to.
Yeah, there's some people I don't want to, but like, if I was like being paid to like, in the restaurant industry, you get paid to talk to people.
Yeah. I mean, same with me too. Cause like with me and in my business, I have to like put myself out there in social media. And I talk to people like every day on sales calls and stuff like that. But like, so I'm fine with talking to random people. I think that definitely trained me to be a little more used to that. But yeah, I'm still not the type to. I'm still like, I definitely classify myself as like an introverted person.
Yeah.
But then people that come up to me or like meet me for the first time don't really see that.
Yeah.
Like I say that I'm introverted, and they're like, "Oh, I don't really see that." I'm like, why? I wonder why.
Well, I think, for you, like, I mean, you literally just said like you talk to people that are like random on like social media, Facebook, whatever for your business, it'd be low-key the same thing if like you wanted to meet someone or talk to someone like a random stranger. You just kind of have to find the like right approach. Maybe you got to be a little, you know, tipsy or something too, so you don't like really care. That helps a lot too. When you don't like care about it, like you just go straight in and send it. Because I think like a lot of times like you think it's embarrassing, but like I mean, that's just how it is meeting strangers. Like, it's going to be cringy. You're going to say something like, probably that's like actually like cringy. And like normally you'd be like, dude, if someone went up to me and said that, it'd be weird. But like if they seem like a chill person, you know, they're, you know, seem like a good looking person too, you know, Ben, cause I know, you know, on the market right now. So, you know, like if,
I know, I need to translate these skills to,
you just got to say like whatever it is to start a conversation, whether how bad it be. And then, it'll happen and it'll just kind of go from there. I mean, and you do, it's like literally like sales, like too. Cause like, it's literally like, you just got to like kind of bullshit your way through it and it'll happen. It'll work. It's happened. Yeah.
I think the only time like I would ever go up to talk to someone, it feels like an opportunity, you know, to better my career. But other than that, like I don't really see like a need to go out and talk to just some random person, you know?
Maybe if I'm like at a bar or like a club or something like that. Sure.
Yeah, dude, he's just trying to network.
Let me just network. Yeah,
I get a job. He carries his resume around.
You know, I feel that too, JJ. I mean, that's just part of it. Just being comfortable with where you're at, with who you are, with your friends, and there's nothing wrong with that too. Like, don't feel the need just like, oh, I need to make more friends. But if you're good with where you're at, you're good. Yeah. So like, there's nothing wrong with that for sure.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel anxious anymore. Like talking to new people. Like, I don't feel anxious, but I'm just not going to go out of my way to talk to someone that I don't feel like is worth talking to.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't get more energy off of like,
they got to offer something nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, I gotta be interested.
But that's different for us because we already have like that strong friend group. So, you know.
If you guys were there, like, if you guys were there with me, I'd feel a lot more confident. Like, definitely not gonna do it alone. Like, no shot. Am I gonna like just go up to people alone? But if I was with you guys and like you guys are like, "Hey, go talk to that person," I'd be like, okay,
yeah, why not?
It's just tiring talking to people that like they don't fit your vibe. Like, it's literally like I just remember my first job, just like talking to people that literally had different interests, different things they talk about. It was just tiring thinking about like, oh, what can I say to like contribute to this conversation? It actually hurts my brain because it's just like, oh, what can I say to make this not awkward? But like when people that flows nicely, they do the same activities as you, they talk the same language as you, it just flows and it's so much fun. But when it's people like that, like
when you know, and it takes time to get to that point. Yeah, it takes time to get to that point. But I
feel like with you guys, I could just sit alone and not say anything and just vibe.
Well, it's fine. Yeah. You know,
it's like I don't have to say anything to you guys. I enjoy your presence, you know?
Yeah. Something I noticed, and like it kind of made me like leave my recent job. It was like, you know, they went under like a huge management shift and like changes and stuff. And I was just like, something that I've noticed is like, you know, I can't work in a place unless I can really vibe with like the culture. You know, it's so, and then, you know, you kind of relate to that, but it's just like, you know, I've always like seen me, or I thought I saw myself as a person who could just work to work, but you know, like having that kind of like community, I guess, you know, I'm just gonna refer to the word culture again, you know, like it's so big, you know, because if you can't vibe with the place you're at, then, you know, you can't really like fully immerse yourself into that environment, I would say.
Yeah. No,
I work alone. I don't have any friends when I work.
Working at home is a vibe.
No, I feel like working, like now that I work at home and like I can't imagine just having to drive somewhere to go to my shift now. It's like, it's so like convenient.
Yeah.
Like Derek, I think you should get a remote job, Derek. Like if you need a job.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what can you even do?
Yeah, it depends on what you can
get a job as like a virtual assistant or something like that. Just do some office administration stuff.
But that's not what he wants to do for his career.
Derek, let's do it together.
I disagree. There's just some jobs that are not remote, and unfortunately, Derek cannot do that for his career.
Well, Derek has to watch Ace, so he can do work while he's watching Ace.
I working remote is a vibe because like our office closed because of COVID like the past couple months, and then it reopened the past few weeks. I've not gone back in yet because it's just like,
oh, you've been working from home right now?
I've been working from home since
Oh,
December.
I thought
Dude,
been
he
going to
plays
office.
Madden while he's
Wait,
working.
no.
Joe's playing Madden.
They don't watch
anyone,
this.
Anyone from
They
Ghost
don't
Side?
watch this.
But I get the
don't
job
watch this.
done though. Hey, my
Exactly.
numbers are up.
Hey,
My
he
numbers-
hits quota.
Yeah, my
he
numbers
hits
are-
quota.
I don't think it matters really if I'm hitting my numbers, my
Exactly,
metrics. Then, like, it doesn't
exactly.
matter, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm watching TikToks in between my
Yeah,
calls.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, like it's just like so nice because you literally can wake up an hour later. Like you just wake up, go straight to work. You know, no one's really judging you. You still get the work done. It's just-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I did kind of want to go back to like we're kind of talking about like old friendships. I guess that's just kind of like high school, middle school, elementary school. Do you guys have any like funny stories from like high school, middle school, elementary school? If not, I can start
with like us,
just
or
in
like
general.
in general.
Like because me and Jade were kind of talking about it yesterday. We were talking about me and
what
Jade.
were we talking about?
Well, JJ did like me and JJ did freshman football, right? And I did football because I'm a huge football fan, and I'm like pretty, I'm semi-athletic, CIF track and field athlete, you know what I mean? 2 years in a row. Yeah, but it didn't translate to football. But anyways, me and JJ were just kind of talking because like the people in freshman football was just it was interesting.
Jazz.
Jazz did freshman football. Yeah, Jazz did freshman football.
Jazz will know what
we
we're
were-
talking about.
We were just because I went to LA Fitness recently, and like I walked past like one of the machines, and some person just smelled like really bad BO, and just
my
like
God.
it's just like sweat. It's just like they smelled like 3 days of sweat in a row. There's a certain smell. It's like very sour. Like I can't describe it, but like you know it, and
Oh,
like I
yeah.
smelled that. It took me back to freshman football because
Yeah.
we all had like Spirit Pack Spirit Pack clothes. We had like a dry fit and like shorts, and like I don't know why, but we all just kind of like assumed like we had to wear it like every single time.
Yeah.
like we just kind of
The same thing.
but you really did not have to. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like under your.
Well, the
pads.
thing is, like,
So,
it doesn't have to apply to just football. It can literally apply to just PE in general because
Oh yeah, they were the same.
you know
thing
you
over-
did it. You know, everyone who's
But it's
watching
worse
this know
in
you
football
did it.
because you're wearing pads and you get super sweaty. So
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it
The-
stays
the
in there.
stink?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the freshman football locker or football in general probably it just stinks.
You know what's
like
bad
sour.
is
It was
at some
sour.
point I kind of just got used to it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was just like it was what we're used to. But then like people walk in, they're like, oh my. Like,
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you went through that. I went through that for band too.
Oh, I can't even
like
imagine.
band people.
No.
I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
Anyone in
staying
band?
up late, yeah.
You gotta admit, band people stink. they smell, especially after like the rehearsals. Like for me, I didn't march. Like I just stood there. So I never
Ben-
stunk. Yeah, I played for the percussion. I played percussion. So I didn't march because my instruments were too big to move. So like I would never sweat during rehearsal. It was the best time. I would just have fun,
Derek over
play
here.
music. Derek's over there sweating on the
Oh.
field, right? And then after rehearsal, everyone goes back into the small band room, and it's like 200 people in this like room that fits only 50 people, who are all smelly. High school people don't wear deodorant, so it just smells like
What time
BO,
would that have been? Like
and
9
it
o'clock at
stinks.
night or something?
Yeah, it's at
Oh.
night. It just smells. So
No,
I
that's
feel you guys.
yeah. The BO is just a problem in,
Yeah,
in high school sports.
I will not even hide that fact. Like anyone from band, you know.
Yeah, and that was like a problem. Like just like 'cause honestly, if I'm being real, like in high school when we did sports, like I didn't have a lot of like workout clothes. So like I had like maybe
It's not cheap.
I had like I had
Yeah.
5 pairs
Yeah,
of
it's
shorts. No, I had 4 pairs of shorts, and I'd just rotate them.
Yeah.
I'd rotate them, and I know people knew I was rotating them. I did not care, but like that's all I did. The shirts I would change. Like the
Yeah,
shirts I
the
could not wear
shirts-
until the next cycle.
Maybe for me, for like the shirts would be like every other 2 days, you know?
But yeah. But the shirts I would cycle like until the next cycle because I had enough shirts. But the shorts
Oh,
I
you
did
would
not.
cycle the next day?
No, I'd cycle like I'd put it in the hamper and then like I'd wash it. And then
Oh.
I'd wear it again. But the shorts I would repeat all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
Joe,
I
you're
did
Yeah,
Judging.
shorts not
I
that
would
bad
do
because
that.
you
Shit in
got
there.
your armpits
Oh,
and
you
stuff
did?
like that.
And I would just wear it the next day.
Okay.
I was so lazy.
Okay. No, I respect that. I mean, if maybe it's like a lighter day, maybe right?
Yeah,
maybe
right.
It's a lighter day.
Every day I try to make a lighter day. Especially during practice,
yeah.
yeah.
What other funny stories do we have?
What were we talking about yesterday? We talked about
Yeah.
for a long time.
Dude, I just remember the first day of freshman football. I went to Jazz's house and we ate like this really spicy food, and then we went to the practice. It was the first practice, right? And we did the A skips, B skips, whatever, like kind of the warm up everything. And it was a really long warm up because you need to be warmed up for sports and everything. It's very important. Remember to get your warm ups in, or else you're gonna pull a muscle. And then we finished that, and I was just like dead. I was gassed, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like dang, now we can just do like just like catching and whatever, like drills, and like no, like we had to start doing the sprints, the workouts. I was like, dude, this is insane. I was like, I thought the warm up was the workout. It was like an hour warm up, and I was just like dying. It was so bad.
The part that I didn't look forward to was the end of practice. That was for me like kind of the worst part.
Oh yeah, dude, like. Is this some kind of like football alpha thing? Just like, all right, line it up. All right, run some gassers or whatever. Like, it's just like, why? It's just like we just finished some workout. How's that gonna make us any better? You know what I mean?
I just want to know what the coaches were thinking at the time. Just like,
I just feel like it's like a MO. Like you just gotta gotta make people run.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
you know what made me feel better if the coaches did it with us. That would have made me feel better. Just do like a few.
Yeah,
you know?
Every football coach is like overweight. Dude, that's funny because like Coach Miller, our track and field coach, cross country, he would run every single day.
Oh, he would?
Yeah, he's fast.
Oh
too.
no,
set the example.
He always runs.
He
Yeah,
was fast. He's fast too. That's cool. But like
Yeah.
these football coaches
Good coach.
don't ever run.
yeah,
Even like the ones that used to be like college athletes and now they're coaching, they don't run.
yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Well, now you wonder why track and field did better than football.
Yeah, we're pretty bad.
Track was bad. I thought
Yeah, we were pretty bad.
definitely better than football. I'll say that
I
much.
mean, individual wise, maybe, but yeah. What else?
What other funny? I mean, there's definitely some tea that's happened. In high
Tea?
school. Yeah,
What do you mean, tea? The tea?
tea that's happened in our high school.
I remember tea. So like we had like it was like second or third year of high school. There was an app that came out called like Burn Book, and I think it had to do with like in Mean Girls. I think like I never watched Mean Girls, but
Yeah,
they had like a book where like people would just like kind of like talk shit about other people. Is that what it was?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So there's an app that did that, and it was just anonymous. You could post. You go to like Mira Mesa High School, and then you post like anonymous stuff. So people would be like, "Oh, like this person did that," or like, "Hey, is this person single?" I remember like I was at my high school girlfriend at the time. Like they're like, "Hey, is this person like? Oh, she's cute, whatever, blah blah." And they're like, "Isn't she dating that one guy from track?" And I'm like, "I have a name."
that
I was
one
like,
guy
yeah.
from track.
I was like, first of all, I have a name. Second of all, I was like, wait, I'm kind of honored though because they know me as the track guy.
Yeah,
So I'm like, if I was ass at track, they would have seen me like, oh, the track guy. You know what I mean? But that's when I was like, I was pretty good. Then we got the track guy. But I was a little offended. I'm like, I have a name. I thought I was like decently well known, but I guess not. You guys remember anything about that or what?
I do. It was just like I don't really remember the details because I didn't download it. I never like really looked into that stuff. But I was just like I remember
people talking about it.
I remember people talking about it, but like could you not like did it not last? And it lasted less than a day, did it not? Because I feel like
it did get taken down pretty.
it got taken out like real quick, and I remember we had like a full on like school meeting about it.
School me. Oh,
Yeah, remember? Because they like brought us in our class.
It's very
It was
hasty for me. I
so
don't
quick. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went down pretty
very
quickly.
pressing. Yeah.
That,
I remember there's a Vine that got viral.
Oh,
There's a Vine that got viral.
Mr. Mayhew's class?
Yeah,
I was in that.
I
wasn't in that class.
I was in the Vine.
That was so
in the
funny.
background. But there was a Vine that went viral.
that did,
like,
yeah.
Of like a joke that was told, like we do joke of the day in our AP U.S. history class, and
Yeah.
someone said like someone told like an inappropriate joke. It was pretty funny, but
It was like
inappropriate.
anal makes my whole day, but it makes her whole week. Or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Something like that.
Anal,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, it was funny. someone filmed it. It went viral on
Yeah.
Vine,
Yeah.
and then you know they had to take it down, and then and yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
else went viral?
What?
That one teacher, I forgot.
Oh,
his name.
I was like, oh, are we gonna bring that up?
Kind of,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like the
Starts
shot
with an
put. He was like the
S.
shot put.
Yep,
coach.
yep.
And he also taught like math, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically he was on his computer looking up like lingerie, I'm assuming for his wife, and it was still connected to the projector, so everybody could see that he was like on Amazon looking
Yeah.
at lingerie. So someone like
It's
filmed
like someone's. He was just
And
scrolling.
Yeah, and they posted it on
Like,
Reddit
yeah.
or something and went viral.
Was it not on like the Daily News for like
It was
New York
on-
Times?
it
or
was on,
something
like,
that?
different
Yeah, it was on
Yeah, it
those
was in
things.
news
It was
and
on a
stuff.
lot of things. And then he got
Like
he-
suspended
Yeah.
or something
he
like
ended up
that.
getting fired. And I remember like the next day at track, or Coach Miller just had a talk with everyone. He's like, "So I know y'all may know this already, but Mr. Whatever is not with us right now, you know, blah, blah, wish him the best, something like that. I'm like, dude.
Wish him the best.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the semantics of it, like, he's just shopping for his wife. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. He was probably doing nothing wrong. He just accidentally forgot to freeze the screen or something
it
like
just
that.
sucks that he forgot to freeze the screen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird that he was doing it
On
during
the school computer.
Yeah, he could have just done it on his
you know,
phone or
waited
something.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless he was, like, maybe late to, I don't know. Maybe he's had
Yeah,
some
don't
kind of
crucify him
emergency.
for being a good husband, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But he definitely never taught again. I don't think he taught again.
I mean, do we want to talk like teacher nonsense too, or
like teacher
because
on student nonsense?
there's even like bigger T, but
Oh, yeah. Is this appropriate place?
I don't
We
even
can-
know.
I mean,
Well,
I mean,
that's
everyone
like-
knows about it in our
That's
area,
like,
but like,
that's like beyond like our scope because like we weren't really.
yeah, we weren't.
Like,
This,
I don't even know.
some things happened like after we left high school that were a lot bigger.
Yeah. What about
I
like?
don't know if it's our place to talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
what about school fights? Dude,
Oh,
I
I
wish I
feel
saw.
like
I
that's
wish
what
I saw
I've
more
only
too,
seen two
because I know it
high school
happened.
fights. I've only seen two high school fights. One in front of the library and the one in like the bowl.
Oh
And
yeah,
the
no,
one in the
I
bowl-
seen the same ones as you did. I saw the same ones
Yeah.
as you did. Do you remember the? Because I remember the bowl one. Do you remember what happened too? Because I remember what.
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. I think I know. I might have been standing next to Derek or something like that, and I remember like he was like taking off his backpack, and I was like, "What was happening?"
Okay, so the guy, you know the guy.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
not
the
gonna
guy.
say the name, but he was just like, yeah, but he was just like, I kind of heard it in the background. He was like, "Hey, you talking shit? You talking shit?" And I thought he was just like messing around, just like joking with his friend. And then all of a sudden he starts pushing him. I'm like, oh shoot! And they start throwing hands. I was like, oh shit! I was like, this is a fight. I don't remember how it got broken up, but like it didn't last that long. It didn't last
Yeah,
that
no,
long.
no.
But it's just I just remember he's like, yo, you talking shit? You talking shit? And I was like, oh, he's probably just joking around. Look, they're throwing hands. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, our school's like our school's. I feel like everyone in Naurice is like, "Oh, Naurice is ghetto." We're not that ghetto.
Yeah.
we've only seen like two fights in our high school career. So
And then the other fight in the front of the school, whatever it's called, whatever.
Uh-huh.
That was like there's some big dudes involved in that, and they were throwing down. I didn't see it personally, but I heard about it. And I saw the commotion.
I didn't even
And
see
people
that
were
one
throwing down
because like
that's all remember.
I know
You see any fights?
there was ones in like in the bathroom too. But,
oh, bathroom.
There's
Oh,
some that
that's
happened after we
Yeah.
left. I saw videos of it.
oh, the ones after we graduated, those were good
my
fights.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Those
Those are
and
some
they're
good
on video.
fights. They're on video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen that.
they're on
It's
video.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would never.
Some even went viral with the girl. Remember?
Oh yeah.
took on like 8
Oh,
people.
I saw that one at the rec.
Yeah, commend
Oh.
her for that because that was crazy.
No, she took on like the whole like,
Yeah,
Team.
she
team.
took
Yeah,
on the
whatever
whole
team it was.
Dance
like
team.
one-
I
yeah,
think
1 year.
it was dance team. Yeah.
Yeah, it was she said it was like the Thanos versus the Avengers.
Thanos
that's what they
versus
called
the
it.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah.
That was pretty lit.
I was
video.
proud. You know,
Yeah, I know.
that's my school.
Uh huh. Yeah, dude, it's wild. Like, but like other than that, like I really did not like. There wasn't a lot of fights. Like, and I would never.
I feel
be
like
involved in fights, so.
there were definitely. I would say there was a few fights, but I never saw them. You know,
No,
yeah, never saw them.
unlucky.
That's all right.
I
It's
always thought that,
not that
I
exciting.
always thought that I would get in trouble
Dude,
for
it's-
watching. So
It's so funny because like I'm so like invested in like fights, whether it be like NBA, NFL fights. I'm like, dude, this is good, but like I would never get in a fight myself. Like I'm too much of a pussy. I'm gonna be
Yeah, we're
honest.
one
Like,
of those guys that just like stand around
but
and bystanders.
it's interesting. Like whenever I see like, oh, are they fighting? Like I'm kind of like look over, I keep watching to see like what something's about to go
Yeah.
down. Like
I feel like a lot of fights happen in high school, but like also I think I might have mentioned this to you guys, but like if you see a fight in college, that's kind of weird. I don't even know if
No,
fights
they're-
happen even in college.
that'd be like at a
yeah, you
party.
said-
That'd be like a party.
Yeah,
right?
the party. But like if a fight happens in college, it's literally just assault.
yeah.
yeah.
Because then you're adults.
yeah, you're just.
What would the
adults.
fights even be over? Like
I don't even know.
what would it be over? Like what
It'd
would
be-
cause
it'd
it?
be
spot.
at like a party. Like I
Yeah,
know.
a party.
I'm saying like in
Party when
high
people are
school, like,
drunk
what
and
were
stuff.
the fights even over? Like what were they about?
I mean, dude, he was talking shit. Like a lot of stuff would be like, I remember in middle school too. Like people would be like, dude, I'm about to fight this guy. He was talking shit, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like he's like, oh, he's talking shit about me. I'm gonna go fight him now. I didn't really
Yeah,
get
no.
that. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously that's like maybe
It's only like, hey, you talking to my girl? And
like, yeah.
It's like literally people like, oh, they're talking shit about me like behind my back. That was like a lot of problems like in middle school and high school. It'd be like, oh yeah, I heard this girl was like talking shit behind your back, like she said this and this about you, and then that would cause beef, and then that would cause a fight, and people would fight over that, like just talking trash. And then like I remember like people like, yeah, I gotta talk. I like, oh, they said something mean about me. I gotta go fight them now. I have to.
You know, it's just so masculine. Yeah. Because for me, because like I know for a fact people will talk shit about me. And I was like, I never cared about it. Yeah,
dude, people talk shit about me. To this day, I know. People do not like me.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fight them.
Yeah, no.
I'll laugh at
not
you.
Be my first instinct.
Yeah, I'll probably laugh at you.
That's the first instinct.
Yeah,
people are like,
hey,
I gotta go fight now.
It's the meathead mentality.
It's just a weird mentality. Maybe we're pacifists, maybe we're bitches, but I just would not do it personally.
No, we're mature.
Yeah, they would probably have to. I think they spoke on like my parents or my family or whatever, my girlfriend. And I think maybe like
I'll talk to them. Yeah,
and then they get a little okay, but no, I just haven't really found a situation where.
You gotta like. I have to like really hate you. You know?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Like it has to be some other level of hate.
Really bad. I don't know. Either or that or self defense or something like that.
Yeah.
Reminds me of when we did. I did a men's league with Derek on the team too, and like one guy like. I think he threw a basketball and hit like Derek's head really hard. Like he threw it really hard.
Oh my god!
I was on the bench, of course. I got up and I was like, dude, I'm gonna throw it down. And then he apologized to Derek. And I was like, okay. That was like the one time I was
good.
I was like the one time. Hands. And I told Derek that he's like, you're not gonna do that because he was a tall guy. But that's probably like, if someone messes with like a friend.
Oh
like
yeah.
That,
If any of y'all got to fight, I throw it down.
Oh really?
I'd probably get my ass beat though.
Oh,
but I throw it down.
I would. It depends on like, if the guy was like, swole. Big.
You wouldn't throw down?
Calm down.
You still gotta do something. Even if you get your ass beat, you gotta do something. Just like stand.
Hey,
I would still do it.
What would you guys do? What would you guys do to like
punch
protect the homie? Would you actually do that?
I would punch. It's a street fight, bro. I don't give a damn.
If we're at like a party or something like that, if like we went up to Naurice,
I think you got to go for the takedown. I think you got to go for the takedown.
Yeah, I would implement the jazz takedown that he taught me at the party.
Jazz got the
no. I remember
like the straddle.
Like if you're at a party and then you look across the room and you see someone like give a little shove, you know what I mean, like to your friend, like what would you do?
Like out of hate, like
I don't know. You don't know. I throw it down. You just look across the room.
I would literally go and be like, "What the fuck was that about?" You know?
Yeah.
What y'all doing?
Join the conversation, Derek.
Joe's not fighting anybody.
Throw down for you, Derek, until he apologized.
Then where were you? If you waited long enough for there to be an apology, then you were not going to throw down.
On the bench.
Derek, it's because he apologized to you.
He apologized.
I think it was an accident, right?
Yeah, it was an accident. But you remember I told me, I was like, Derek, I was about to throw down.
Yeah, I don't know. I get mad sometimes, but like... It was a men's league game.
It was an accident.
I've been hit in the head a lot of times, so I was kind of like mad at the moment, but I was like...
Derek doesn't even remember anymore.
I mean, if someone's going to apologize to me, I'm like, yeah, okay.
It was an accident. It just looked like I remember it looked like it was right at you. That's why, because he was like trying.
I will say I've been... I mean, most of the time, anytime there's like a fight scenario for me, it's like playing pickup basketball. And I will say, from like high school to now, I'm a little more aggressive. Like in high school, if someone wanted to start shit or like call me a pussy or something, I was just like, okay. But now, like these old fucks be like calling me a pussy or like throwing a ball or like saying, "Oh, that call was bullshit" or something. I'm like, fuck you. Like you're a pussy. I talk back now, so no one's ever like wanted to throw hands. But
Derek's big dog.
I think I've seen you play before, and I was like so surprised by that. Like you talk back.
I have to fucking talk back. Like,
yeah, because I think they can like.
It's only sports where I really get like aggressive. Because otherwise, like, I'm a very mature young man. But people be aggro in sports, so like I gotta be aggro back. Otherwise, people don't respect you.
Exactly. They're intimidated by you, Derek. That's why.
Nah,
that's why I
tall white guy.
Debatable. That's why I like when we play against strangers and it gets like physical, because then it gets fun, because then you can start pushing them back. When we play against friends, it's fun and everything, but like that's why I like.
Yeah, we just started joking around.
Like that one guy that was like really good, and I tried to like he completely destroyed me, but like it was fun getting physical. You know, it was fun. Like I was getting scored on every time, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Derek, would you throw hands at a party for the homies?
Yeah, I'll throw hands for friends, or like I'll throw hands for a stranger if it's like a sketchy scenario.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
for
Like if
sure,
there's just
yeah.
a dude being an asshole to like, especially a woman, like, or even just a dude, like if someone's being a bully, like I'd throw hands.
Yeah, there's been
I've
lots of
never
instances
been
of
in a
that.
fight though, so I'm probably gonna get my ass beat. But like,
Yeah.
I like to think that I would step up to the occasion.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what's crazy is the one thing that like I'm kind of glad Mermaid High School had. It was like we never really had a bully. You know, I would say.
Oh,
That's true.
We
And
had,
that's-
we had some assholes.
Yeah, we had some assholes, but we definitely like
There wasn't like one dude walking around
Yeah.
just being a dick to
Yeah.
everybody.
I think like the high school stereotype. Oh, it's a class bully. Like goes around like clowning everyone. I don't know.
And
It's like nowadays.
not to
nowadays, if you do
victim
that-
shame, but we didn't have anyone who was stereotypically like just a nice nerdy guy who got like picked on. We had some asshole nerdy guys who like
true.
some people
Yeah.
didn't like them, and but like low key some of the time it was kind of valid
Hey, what are you
Yeah.
talking
because
about?
they were
Derek?
kind of annoying. Not you. No one disliked Ben. Ben was the bee's knees. My dog is barking, and I don't know what to do.
You can go take care of him.
I'll be right back.
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I know. I feel like part of that too is because we're definitely like we definitely got it good here in Mary Mesa. Like we're very diverse, so people are people of all like race backgrounds are all like accepted here pretty well, and I know that obviously in other areas of the country it's not like that at all, where it's like. You know, it's all one sided or something like that. Someone is going to be picked on. There are going to be like those school bullies. So like we were definitely ignorant in that situation.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to admit that. Like I mean, it's
Not even that,
it's
but
good
like,
that we've never experienced it,
yeah.
but like we can admit that
I
we're
think
very
one-
ignorant of the
Yeah, like
other
one-
people's situation.
One thing about our school too is like I feel like if we did have that, like people would address that shit
Mhm.
like immediately.
Yeah. Because I mean like because we're surrounded by so many different people of different backgrounds, it's like it was normal.
Yeah.
It didn't- Like there's no reason to be a racist because if you're being I don't know because it's like everything was so like diverse anyway.
You're not the majority, essentially.
Mhm.
You got
Yeah, you'd definitely be target number one if you said some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
We would then
It wasn't,
bully you.
it wasn't the culture, so I think we grew up in a good culture, in a good place that
Yeah.
not a lot of people get to experience. So we're very fortunate on that.
Yeah, unlucky though. Just other places they gotta deal with a lot of different stuff. You know,
Mhm.
hate crimes. So we are lucky, but definitely doesn't mean there's definitely still stuff that people gotta prove. I mean, even me too. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect. Like we're all not perfect. So there's definitely a lot of things we can always work on. But we are very lucky with the community we grew up in. That at least it's diverse and like a lot of the problems other people face.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
as big of a problem here. It's still there, but like you know.
Yeah, I think it's like the same premise. Like generally in SoCal, like Southern California is definitely a very diverse area. So like in other places, I don't want to
Yeah.
call out any states out there. I feel like, but yeah, it's definitely different here. So
Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, well, there was really no like bullies. I mean, there was definitely some things that looking back, like I would have been like, dude, I think I would have called them out on it, but I was too much of a pacifist.
I was just minding my own business, honestly.
There's one instance in particular that reminds me with someone taking something, and Jazz knows what I'm talking about. But or like looking back, and I'm like, dude, I would have threw down because that was like
Taking something?
like steel.
Yeah,
I was-
you told me about, I told you about this.
What
Like
was it?
Jazz had his fixie, and it got taken.
Oh yeah. I remember
Oh.
that story.
The people
I got you, Jazz.
yeah, the people that took it were like pretending they were like, dude, no, wait, you lost it? Like, let's go find it together or whatever. And then they were the ones that took it.
That's stole
And
it.
they painted it again. Now it's just like, dude, like back then, I think like I would have been like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And like done something. But
Yeah, I would have done that.
like back then, it was just like we were just so like, "Yes, whatever has happened." But now I'm just like, dude, what? It's like messed up. I guess people do that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. There's assholes that they weren't like
Do
bullies, but
stupid
like they did some
shit.
dumb stuff. And
Yeah.
like I don't respect any of those people now, and still don't. I mean, even if they didn't do that, I still wouldn't respect them because they're just so
Mhm.
weird. But stuff
What do you
like
guys
that.
think about like peaking in high school? Like, do you guys know anyone
likewise, I
that's
did peak.
that's peaked in high school?
I laugh at them.
Well, what do you mean by that? Like
I don't even know.
Like
What
they-
do you like? I think
Like the high school idol type
I
of
hope
stuff.
I hope that like because we're talking about high school stuff that people don't think that we like.
I think people
we
need to
peaked in high
remember.
school or
I
anything
think
like
people
that.
need to remember
definitely
that
didn't.
we met each other in high school and we all talked in high school and we didn't go to the same college. That's why like these stories are coming. Like I don't have college stories with you guys because we did not go to college
Mhm.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So
None of us went to college together.
Mhm.
that's
But
true.
yeah, that's true. That's actually
I mean, we have
Actually-
stories from like then, but like it's just not. It's just like not when we're all in the same vicinity.
Yeah. But like I don't know. What do you, do we have like anyone that really like
We do.
peaked in high school?
There are.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want to call anyone out.
Like
No,
what,
no,
do you
there
think,
are,
what do you
yeah.
think it takes to peak in high school? Like how
Chalk.
is it someone who just reminisces back in like those high school days all the time, or is it like someone who was like like is it the stereotypical super popular kid in high school and then now they're like
Yeah.
you
For
know,
me, that's what I
working-
think of.
working working at a minimum wage job or something like that now? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, most attractive person or whatever in high school, and then like, high school star, jock,
The high school star,
that type of stuff.
sports star.
Sports.
I mean,
Depends on the sport though, but
I don't really think of anyone else that way, but like low-key, sometimes I think of myself that way. Like academically, like I had all my shit together in high school,
Mhm.
and then like college was hard, and then now I'm like trying to figure shit out.
yeah.
So like sometimes I'm like, fuck, I had it figured out in high school, and like I was cruising. So like sometimes I'm like, fuck, like I peaked in high school, but I don't
not-
really think of it that way because like I know that like I have so much like things to do, so
Yeah.
like I'm just on that journey right now. But definitely like high school, I was like cruising, and then now I'm kind of like fuck.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you think of anyone else that way?
I guess I break it down then, because like my definition of peak is like like most popular person, But I guess if you're like asking me, like I could probably like break it down to like people who I thought were like really smart too, like genius level. But
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think there's some people that did peak in the sense of like they're not doing much right now. Maybe they're happy like that, but like it's just like interesting that they were doing so much in high school and then now they're just like not doing that. Again, these are not anyone I talk to, so it doesn't really matter. It's just people that like I see like on whatever social media. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They're doing that now. But I think for me, like the only thing I miss about high school the most is just like competing in sports because like now we don't really compete in like any like
Mhm.
organized sports like that. And I really like sports and competing. So like that's the only thing I miss because like that was honestly a lot of fun and I'll never be
Yeah,
able
that
to
was
do that
fun.
again. So like that's I mean I'm not afraid to admit that. And I think a lot of people same thing. It's just like because like unless you compete in college, you're not competing in sports like that anymore. So
Yeah.
Hey, men's league,
Dude.
pretty competitive.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I mean, if I was
Gotta
good
get
at
the squad
basketball,
together. If I join, I'm literally just there for the cardio.
dude. Yeah, we.
that's how I felt about football. Just there for runs.
Yeah.
That's why I joined volleyball because you don't have to run in volleyball. You really just stand there.
Is that true,
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, you just stand there.
Yeah, there's no.
You guys never ran in practice?
I mean, we did, but
Barely.
it's like barely because you don't need.
I
to
feel like
run.
we did
I hate running.
slides during practice more than we ran.
I feel like I'd rather
I
run
mean, yeah,
than do
you
slides.
guys really
running.
did not need to run. You just ran to side.
You're not hurt?
The one lap around the gym that we did for warm up was the most we ran during
Oh
practice
my
in
God.
volleyball. There's no reason to run in volleyball
Yeah.
unless like. I mean, I'm sure like the pro volleyball players are in great shape, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for
Yeah.
us, it's like there's no fucking reason.
Yeah. No,
There's I forgot where I saw this from, either TikTok or like some video, but they're talking about how if you go up to someone and you ask them like who are the popular kids in school, like they're always going to say something else. Like if we think
Everyone else
if
thinks
we
a
think
different
that-
person is popular.
Yeah, if we go and we talk to like who we think the popular kids were in high school and ask them who they thought the popular kids in high school were, they're never going to say themselves. Like they're always going to say someone different. Like
I mean, I'm
What-
sure
what-
I
what
would
do you think of
say. I mean,
I feel like
The-
off. Go ahead. Sorry, I was gonna say like I feel like off podcast we should talk about
say
this.
who
yeah.
we think it is. But I'm not gonna lie, like the dudes who are like the football studs, like
They think
I
they're
was
the popular
acquaintances with a couple of them, and like most people would probably say like they were the popular ones, but like I didn't give a shit about them.
Mhm.
And like there was also like a lot of different circles in high
There were a
school.
lot of
Like
circles.
I mean, if you were popular in like band, that was like 200 people who like knew you and like talked to you around school and shit. Meanwhile, the people who are like the cool football star or whatever is like they hang out with like 5 people and everyone else kind of knows them as like a football player. So I don't know. I wouldn't really say they were the popular kids. I don't know.
I think in middle school, like, I think the popularity stuff mattered more to me because I remember in middle school, I'd actually like try to hang out with like the cool kids or whatever. And like,
Did they know they were the cool kids?
I think they knew who the cool kids were. I think we knew who those people were. And like, I try to hang out with them. I thought it was cool if I hung out with them or if I was homies with them.
No, I mean, the point is, like, did they know?
Oh, yeah.
You think,
In
okay,
middle school, yeah,
okay.
they did know.
Were they
yeah.
self-aware?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think in middle school. And then in high school, I didn't care.
I mean, I
'cause,
feel like a lot of the things you do in middle school and high school, you're doing, or at least for some people, they're doing to try to be the cool people.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then but when you get to like high school, especially college, and then especially now,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like
College,
dude, you
like,
literally talk to
nobody.
like 10, you literally talk to like 10 people now, like 50 people now. So like I really don't care what people think I do, or like
No.
that's why I don't care to post on social media that much anymore. I used to
Yeah,
post all
same.
the time because I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. Now it's like I'll post if like it's like a Chargers post or something like that. And now like it just really doesn't matter. And I'm not trying to cater to anyone anymore.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I
like
just use social media to catch up with other things now.
Yeah.
Instead of just sharing my life. I don't really care, honestly. I deleted like half my following.
Sometimes I think that like
We're gonna check
the
the followers out.
people who do post every day, like sometimes I question, how they're doing. No, straight up, because like I feel like if you are posting every day, how you did in high school, like that's kind of
Yeah.
a problem.
I mean, I use like the couple of social medias that I have for entertainment or like fill my
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so like
like
news and entertainment.
I
yeah.
just go through like stories or like see if there's anything happening, check my For You page or whatever. Like I don't gain any value out of posting, so I
No.
barely ever post unless it's just I think it would be fun to post.
It's
which
like
is,
it's like the
rarely.
idea of like receiving like gratification.
Yeah, I'm just like
you know?
looking through because I'm bored.
Yeah.
I don't care to like really show off what I'm up to.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about posting too. I think in the past year I posted like 3 times.
Dude, I think the last time I posted was like 2 years ago. Straight up, like if not a year ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially during COVID.
Yeah, like,
I
it's so
stopped.
rare
I
to
think when
post,
COVID hit,
yeah.
I was like, it kind of hit reality. I'm just like, this stuff's not that.
It's just, I gained nothing
Not,
from
it's
it.
really not that important.
I won't lie. Also, the only ever time I like actively go take decent looking pictures is when I need to like update a dating app.
Yes, sir.
And,
You're welcome, Derek.
Haven't done that in a while,
welcome.
so no new pictures.
I know. I need to make sure I get a good
Time for
good
another photo
outfit.
shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, photo shoot. The boys.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I just dress comfy, and I'm not like we go out and eat and shit. But like, I'm not like let's take a photo, and I'm gonna post
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's
I don't
one
give a
like
shit.
I see a lot of those TikToks where like you're best friends with someone when you don't have any photos with them. I don't have photos with any of you
True.
guys.
Oh my god.
Got photos with you,
Because
babe.
you know you're
Yeah, 'cause
you
we're
know you're
family,
gonna
but-
see them like tomorrow. So why the fuck are you gonna take a picture?
Exactly. Like
It's
I
true.
barely have any pictures with like Derek. I like you two, JJ. I don't have any pictures.
I don't think I have.
Like
a single picture
when we
of you.
hang out, we're not gonna like, hey, let's take a picture
Let's
to
take a selfie.
like,
Yeah.
to remember this occasion. Like we only
Like,
do that
why?
when we're like either
Yeah.
in a big group or
A birthday occasion. something
Yeah, or
that.
like if we're like at a really special event. But
Mhm.
if we're just getting dinner or something like that, or, like we might like Snapchat our
because we're
meal or
probably
something like
leaving
but we're
that
not gonna-
event like, okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, I don't text you guys like on the daily too, because I'd rather hang out with you guys in person.
Yeah.
Like we talk in the group chat and we talk for like random stuff, but like texting you guys individually, it's more like, hey, when are you free to hang out?
Mhm.
Type of thing. Rather than like, hey, how was your day?
Nah.
You know,
We
I do
do
that in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do that in person.
That's how you know you're best friends.
Yeah, I mean,
And if you're not like that, they're not your best friend.
if you
Fuck
ask
you.
someone how you're doing via text,
Fuck
Fake,
you.
fake.
Fuck your friends.
You better question that
They're
friendship.
not real.
like someone asked me how I'm doing, dude. What? What's wrong with you?
I thought we were close, dude.
I mean, I think the people. I mean, to what you were kind of saying, I don't think it applies to everybody. People that post a lot, I think people that post a lot genuinely sometimes they they just love to post like social media. But I think a lot of it is like someone like masking some kind of pain.
Yeah.
Masking
I think
some kind of
I think
something.
it depends on
Compensating.
it depends on like what you're going for, but also like depends on like why you're posting. You know, if it's for something like marketing or whatever, like you get like those little ad. I mean, we have friends who do that, or like we know people like that's different, you know, because they're getting the bag. You know, but if you're like doing stuff for like, yeah, you know, you can do it too. Yeah, I'm saying like in high school, like you know, you post something where like, oh, I went on a hike today. You know, I don't need to post that. You know,
yeah.
But people, you know, in high school would do that. People still do that. You know, some people.
Yeah, it's a different dynamic. Because like
If
in high
you-
school, you're not
Different.
working towards anything. Like
Yeah.
you don't have a job. You don't have a. You're just
You're not-
hanging
you're-
out with friends. So your
yeah.
entire life is like your popularity. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're in college, you have other things to worry about. You got like your job, your relationships, your friendships, your school. Like you don't got time for that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
for
like
popularity.
now the things I do because I want to do them and
Yeah.
I'd get enjoyment out of it instead of like, let's plan this because it would be really cool and like we can post it and people will think it's
Yeah.
really cool. I don't know.
You know what's kind of nice though is like when you don't do that stuff, it kind of builds up like that mystery factor. You know,
Exactly.
So it's like a talking point to talk about. You know.
Yeah.
To not share so much, because what the point is like if you're like planning to meet someone else, like what are you gonna talk about?
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
you've already shown all your cards, so like
That's how I uphold my my decent Instagram ratio. Is I
There you
post
go.
once every year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people
Look at
are
that.
like, "Oh wow, a post from Derek. I'll like that."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Valuable supply and demand.
I think most people start posting a lot after post breakup, post something like that.
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah.
funny. That's like the thing.
Oh,
to
yeah.
prove.
I think
Yeah.
no, like even when we're out of college, we
It's
still
funny.
have the date. We still do the thing where like we look on someone's Instagram, like no more photos of them anymore.
No, but
Happened.
it's like more of like when they're posting after the breakup, it means like they're just kind of like trying to compensate the sadness. Maybe they're trying to make sure the ex sees the stories. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like, they
yeah,
post-
yeah,
I mean,
that
I did
happens a
that
lot.
after my like one only breakup. I was just like posting a lot more, and then it kind of dies down. And I know other people, after a breakup, they're posting so much, and then it gets kind of like, you were never doing this before. You never even used social media before, and it's like you're really trying to compensate right now, aren't you? But
Both of them might be posting, see who like won the breakup.
yeah,
breakup, something.
yeah.
It's
Who
very
came out on
interesting to
top?
see.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you start to see it slowly slide down, or it's like because it's not natural. It's just
Yeah.
not natural. It's,
Can't keep
it's just
that up.
interesting to see that that's just kind of how.
Yeah, it's always that one person
so
who
off.
like just like goes off on social media. It's just like ranting and stuff, and there's one person that just like doesn't do anything, like who like just drops off the face of the earth.
Oh yeah, there's other people that don't do that too, but it's just like some people. It just shows different ways to cope, I guess. Different ways to cope. Nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah.
it's just cool to see.
Any last thoughts from you guys before we wrap it up?
I think that's good for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry that I had to duck out a couple times.
Yeah, you're
That's
Trying
good.
to,
Gotta take care of it.
appease
Spotify
my
won't even
child.
know. Yeah.
There you go.
We'll have a podcast with Ace on.
Yeah.
Just barking all the.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah. Other than that, appreciate you guys for sticking all the way through. So this is like a new topic, mostly about friendships and stuff like that. But yeah, any other topics you guys want us to know? Definitely drop us a DM, drop us a comment or something like that.
Yeah, send us some topics, or like we can even do stuff other than just conversation.
Yeah.
We can try to play some games or something. So, anyone wants to send us
Starting a
anything?
gaming channel.
yeah. If anyone wants like very specific tea, wants to provide us with tea,
To
go
talk
for
about,
it.
yeah.
We'll talk about
We
it.
just don't know what we
Exactly.
can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah.
us whatever you want.
Yeah. Other than that, like if you enjoy this, right, give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Our shorts are popping off still. I don't know. We have a TikTok. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, on Instagram. You can listen to us on Anchor or Spotify too. I don't know about Apple Podcasts yet, but we'll have to figure that
Yeah,
out.
we'll figure that out.
But yeah, so make sure to listen. Come out, make sure to follow us so that you know when the new episodes are coming out. And we'll have special guests too. So if you want to be a guest, right? If you want to be a guest, just let us know. just let us know. We can get you on. But yeah, other than that, I'm Ben.
I'm Javi.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Derek.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you very much.
See ya.